YouTube, UBP22 here, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to Yaps, where I sit and talk about meaningless things behind a screen. So let's get into it, and today we are here to talk about travel, and the good and bad parts of it. So without further ado, grab your popcorn, maybe a drink or something, and let's get into it. So here is what I like about traveling. One part is that it's very, very fun to go sightseeing, and everything else, just looking around, seeing all the really cool stuff this new place has to offer. It's always a fun time. And if it's in a new place that you've never been to, it's just fun. And also, a pleasure of mine is just sleeping in a new location and knowing, wow, I'm sleeping somewhere that's probably over like 100 miles away. And one time where I can say I thought of that is in Scotland. Now Scotland is going to be a recurring thing throughout this video, as Scotland was really something that I enjoyed. It was a trip that I recently had just taken. And talking about Scotland, if we're talking on the topic of that, I should talk about fish and chips and food. Now food is a very meaningful part of different trips like this. And I gotta say, fish and chips is a big part of that because I love fish and chips. I could write a whole video script about how good fish and chips is and the entire reasons behind why I like it. But most of all, it's just very tasty. Like, that's really all there is to it. But that's not very important, so we're gonna sort of move on away from the fish and chips. And another great thing to do about food is exploring all the different options and choices. Now, if you ever go to Scotland, one place I highly suggest you go is a little place called Yaps Cafe. They make really good food, and I highly recommend going there sometime. It's so good. Another place you gotta go is Birdie's Proper Fish and Chips. Now, I might be saying that wrong, but they do actually good fish and chips. So, that's pretty good, I will say that. But moving on, and kind of upsettingly, there are some bad experiences that can sometimes ruin some sort of parts of it. But it's not all going to be fun and games. There's always going to be at least one bad thing sometimes. And the first thing I have to talk about is jet lag. And oh my god, is it terrible. Put it into perspective, imagine being sick and you can't sleep and you haven't for a week. And you have the basic tiredness that comes with jet lag. And don't even get me started on trying to sleep on the plane, because it's impossible. Trust me, I've tried. I basically just stayed awake the entire night, half asleep. I was like a virus. Not quite alive and not quite dead. But moving on away from that, once you rest for a bit and have some actually peaceful sleep, eat some food, it sort of goes away. And it goes away while you're out and traveling and out and about because you're awake. And another good thing is about the planes. Now, I love planes, but the stress of finding the gate added with long PSA lines and delays don't make it a fun experience. And I have one last thing in this video that I want to talk about, which is shopping. Shopping is so much fun to do, as there's literally so much variety and things that you can look for. They can range from keychains to literal cars, probably. Like, I was once at a candy shop in Scotland, and it was so cool, because not only did they have candy, but they also had small toys, trinkets, and so many other things, like books. And you can find that stuff all throughout Scotland, and so many other places. Shopping can be so much fun, whether it's at the airport or down the road from the place you stay. And with all that taken into account, what's your take on traveling? Please make sure to leave it down in the comments below. And if you're enjoying this video so far, then please like while you're down there. Also, maybe just, subscribe, please. It's completely free. It helps me stay motivated to keep doing what I'm doing. And another place I want to talk about, well, not really places, if I'm thinking about it. Another thing I want to talk about is the amount of places you can travel. Now that can make things a little confusing. With the sheer amount of places that you can go to and so many different activities you can do, the selection is just endless. It's so much fun. I highly recommend looking into things, and I highly recommend making detailed plans of whenever you're going to travel. Traveling can be a very big part, and it can help you make bonds with your family or friends. But there is one other thing that I gotta talk about, which is one of my favorite parts of Scotland. I went to Scotland over the summer, if I haven't already told you, or you're just tuning in and kind of skipping around a little bit. And one fun part was going bungee jumping. Not sort of like your normal bungee jumping where you're jumping off of like a height. It was like a little dome sort of thing that you could go into, and you would go sort of bungee jumping. Like you'd be on like a little trampoline pad. You'd have like bungee cords attached to you, and you could jump up and down. And it was just so much fun. You could even do backflips and probably a front flip or two. It was fun. And right after that, I got to go to my new favorite fast food fried chicken joint called Jollibee. Yes, there was one right down the road, which was actually pretty good. I will admit, I rated Jollibee pretty much a 10 out of 10 on that trip. But that's pretty much it for the gist of traveling. Traveling is something that is very easy to get into, but can be mildly expensive. But if you have any other requests for any other yaps that I can do, and please make sure to leave them down in the comments below. With that, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day, guys.